Today, like the rest of the internet, I'll be taking a look at the UAD Sound City Studios plugin from Universal Audio, which is amazing, exciting, fascinating, and a little bit kind of different and, dare I say, revolutionary. It's not without its drawbacks, and it ain't cheap. But that said, I've also found a really, really good deal where you can get it for a fraction of the price, which I'll tell you about in a minute. Yeah, this, in case if you're not already aware, this is the plugin from Universal Audio recreating that legendary room and enables you to create that very familiar sound. It's like I got the demo of this, slapped it on a pair of overheads, and it was like, wow, oh, that is it. It was so recognizable. It was like seeing an old friend. No, it wasn't, but it was really quite poignant, and you think, yeah, it's identifiable. You can instantly identify it as that sound. Now, for a long time, I've been a fan of the T-Rax Sunset Sound Studio plugin from IK Multimedia, which again recreates that environment at Sunset Sound, and I love it. I think it's a great plugin. This kind of goes a step further because of the remiking function, not to mention the fact that you can go through a Neve style EQ and a compressor and the chambers, and also you've got a lot more flexibility over mic positioning and the mics used, and it's just a gem of a plugin. Like I said, it's not without its flaws or drawbacks. It is rather CPU intensive. I find I can get about 2 or 3 instances of this, and yeah, and that's probably, I think 3, 4 maybe has been my maximum, and you can't really have much else going on, but you find you need a lot less as well. I've discovered like the EQ moves that you make are kind of minimal because it's sort of doing it itself, and yeah, you'll see in the examples that I show in a minute the difference it makes. It makes everything richer and wider. You're getting that kind of, when I've had stems and tracks to mix from posh studios like Abbey Road or Rockfield, you kind of, there's such a difference in the sound quality, and yeah, you get a lot closer to that flavor. And yeah, as I said, I think this is a really revolutionary plugin and something that a lot of us who didn't get record deals dream of, because we're stuck in tiny spaces trying to recreate big sounds, and this gives you that in a little tasty plugin. So as I said as well, I think the recommended retail price is going to be about £350, that is, because I'm in the UK. At the moment, today is actually Black Friday. It's on sale for $299. But as I said, I think I found a really good deal. Now, I was looking on Plugin Boutique, where you can pick it up. You can do a cross grade for $174.50, which is 50% off, which is pretty good. Again, still more than I would like to pay, because I don't like paying very much for anything. I also then found they've got a Pick Any 2 plugins, the UAD Custom 2 bundle deal for £99. And that you think, yeah, that's good. But it gets better. If you go to audiodeluxe.com, I'm not affiliated with any of these companies. I'm just trying to find the best deal. If you go there and look up the same Pick Any 2, it's listed as $99. Now, because Audio Deluxe work in dollars, the conversion works out at about £78.50, something like that. So effectively, you're getting it for £40 per plugin, which is the cheapest I can find it. If anyone can do better or has any other deals that they've stumbled across, let us know, because I think we'd all like to pay less as we struggle through this cost of living crisis, but have this hungry desire for plugins. So yeah, anyway, I shall now crack on with showing you how this sounds. So this won't be a overly in-depth look into all the features and presets and ins and outs of the plugin, because there are plenty of people doing that. This would just be a repetition of that, and quite frankly there's probably a lot of people doing it a lot better than me. So I'll just show you what I've discovered from it. So as I said, it's quite CPU intensive, so I've frozen a few of the tracks to try and get this to work, because obviously I'm doing a screen capture as well. So first thing, I put it on the overheads of this drum recording. Now these drums were recorded with really cheap mics in a pretty dingy shed. Yeah, they're not great sounding drums at all. So here's the overheads, just raw, nothing on them. And now if we turn on the plugin, here's it with in the Sound City Studio A. Bypassed. Amazing. Just wow. That's just the overheads. If I bring in the toms and kick and snare, here's the whole thing together. There's a bit of EQ on the individual drums. Nothing but the Sound City plugin on the overheads. There is the EQ on there and the compression on there as well. But yeah, here's the whole kit. Bypassing and on. God, the width that you get and the richness of it, I love it. It's fantastic. Just wish it wasn't so CPU hungry. So that's that. The bass is just DI with a bit of EQ and compression. The acoustic also has an instance of the Sound City Studio plugin on it. With those in, it sounds like this. And then I had an Epiphone Crestwood and a Strat. They've both got this plugin from Plugin Alliance, the Rock Rack, I think it's called. And then they are bussed to a guitar group with another instance of Sound City. Now, this is going through the kind of re-amping section here. 212's tight, I've got it on. And so without it, those guitars sound like this. And then with Sound City, sounds like this. which is pretty great. So if we do the whole lot. Bypassing. Bringing the drums back. The guitars. It's just great fun. It's definitely a new and quite exciting palette to be working with, and as I said earlier, I find I have to do less to the sound to get it where I want. The EQ moves I'm making are smaller, they're more subtle, it's more focused, everything's sounding wider and a bit more sparkly, and it's just a different palette. It's definitely a step ahead of the Sunset Sound by IK Multimedia. I think it's a bit of a game changer, and it's the closest I will probably get to having that Sound City sound. So there you go. Hope the deal is helpful. Let me know what you think about the plugin as well, whether you agree about the CPU, how you find ways of getting around it, and yeah, let me know how you get on. It's like I said, it's Black Friday at the moment, so I think there's another 6 days of that deal left. If you're watching this video in that time span, then I hope that's of some help. Okay, take care everyone.